When even the gods were afraid, one name echoed across Olympus: Typhon, the storm that nearly ended the world. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we read diving deep into the darkest corners of Greek mythology to uncover the story of a creature so terrifying it made the entire pantheon of gods run for their lives. This is the tale of Typhon, the father of all monsters. Our story begins not with the gods, but with the earth itself. Gaia, the primordial mother, was filled with rage. Her children, the mighty Titans, had been defeated and imprisoned in the dark pit of Tartarus by her own grandson, Zeus. To Gaia, this was an unforgivable betrayal. Her grief and anger festered, and from the deepest, most volcanic parts of the world, she conceived a final, ultimate weapon of vengeance. She gave birth to Typhon. He was a nightmare given form. Typhon rose from the earth, so colossal that his head brushed against the stars. His lower body was a mass of coiling viperous serpents that hissed and writhed, stretching for miles. His torso was humanoid, but his arms were so long they could embrace the east and west horizons simultaneously. And instead of fingers, he had 100 dragon heads, each one capable of spewing fire and speaking with a different, terrifying voice. Picture it: the roar of a lion, the howl of a wolf, the hiss of a serpent, and the bellow of a bull, all erupting from one being. His eyes were furnaces, glowing with an infernal red light that could petrify the bravest of heroes. When Typhon finally stirred and stretched his monstrous form, the world trembled. He tore mountains from their foundations and hurled them at the heavens, declaring war on Olympus. The sound of his approach was a symphony of destruction. The gods on their golden thrones heard the cacophony of his 100 voices and felt the ground shake beneath them. They looked down from their celestial home and saw the blazing storm that was Typhon approaching. And for the first time they felt true, unadulterated fear. Panic seized Olympus. One by one, the mighty gods abandoned their posts. Hera, Apollo, Artemis, Ares, they all fled, shape-shifting into animals to hide from Typhon's wrath. They scattered across the land of Egypt, hoping to escape his notice. Poseidon dove into the deepest trenches of the sea. Hades retreated to his underworld domain. Olympus was left deserted. All except for one. Zeus, the king of the gods, stood his ground. He knew that if he fled, the cosmos would fall. Grasping his thunderbolts, forged by the Cyclopes in the heart of a volcano, he prepared for the fight of his life. This wasn't just a battle. It was a cosmic duel for the fate of the universe. The clash was cataclysmic. Zeus hurled his lightning, and the sky lit up with a blinding flash. Typhon retaliated, breathing streams of fire and summoning hurricanes that tore across the land. The battle raged across the world. The seas boiled, the earth cracked open, and the heavens screamed with thunder. It was a storm of divine power versus primordial chaos. For a time, it seemed Zeus might have the upper hand. He struck Typhon with 100 well-aimed thunderbolts, wounding the great beast. But Typhon was not so easily defeated. In a brutal counterattack, the monster managed to close the distance. He wrapped his viperous coils around Zeus, disarming him. Then, using his own fiery breath and a jagged sickle, Typhon did the unthinkable. He ripped out Zeus's sinews, the very source of his strength. Helpless and defeated, the mighty Zeus was dragged into a dark cave, his power gone, his body paralyzed. Typhon had won. The king of the gods was his prisoner, and the cosmos was his for the taking. The age of the Olympians seemed to be over before it had truly begun, but all was not lost. While Typhon celebrated his victory, Hermes, the clever messenger god, and Pan, the god of the wild, devised a daring rescue. Under the cover of darkness, they snuck into Typhon's lair. With unmatched stealth and courage, Hermes managed to retrieve Zeus's stolen sinews and skillfully reattach them. Power surged back into Zeus's veins. His rage was now absolute. He returned to Olympus, armed himself with an even greater arsenal of thunderbolts, and unleashed his full, unrestrained fury upon Typhon. The final battle was even more ferocious than the first. Lightning rained down, setting forests ablaze and boiling rivers. Zeus pursued Typhon relentlessly across the globe. Finally, off the coast of Sicily, Zeus saw his chance. He lifted the largest mountain in the region, Mount Etna, and with a final, earth-shattering roar, he hurled it down upon the monster. Typhon was crushed, trapped forever beneath the immense weight of the volcano. The war was over. Zeus was victorious, and the reign of the Olympians was secured. But Typhon was not killed. As an immortal son of Gaia, he could not be destroyed. He remains there, imprisoned under Mount Etna to this day. And so the ancient Greeks believed that whenever the volcano rumbles, whenever smoke and fire erupt from its peak, it is the undying rage of Typhon, still fighting, still trying to break free and finish the war he started so long ago. He is the eternal storm, forever brewing beneath the earth. Thank you so much for joining me on this epic journey into mythology. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Let me know in the comments which mythological figure you'd like to see next. Until then, stay curious,